Working again through another type of special equations. We're just going to get right into it, be brief. Think about left side, think about right side, think about keeping our equation balanced, just like we saw in the last video. The first thing we're going to be doing is looking to simplify the left-hand side, simplify the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we have some like terms. 5x plus 2x is 7x minus 8. There we go. There's our left side simplified. The right-hand side needs to be simplified. On the right-hand side, the first thing we need to do is distribute the 1/2. And remember, multiplying by 1/2 is exactly the same as dividing by 2. So think about that. So bring down the 6x. 1/2 of 2x is 1x, and 1/2 of negative 16 is negative 8. So when I combine my like terms on the right-hand side, 6x plus 1x is 7x, we end up with 7x minus 8 equals 7x minus 8. Now consider this equation in light of a scale. Does the left-hand side weigh exactly the same as the right-hand side? Yes. And if we start combining the like terms, if we move the 7x over, we get 0x minus 8 equals negative 8. And we add the x over, or excuse me, the 8 over, we end up with 0x equals 0. Now think of this as a question. 0 times what equals 0? 0 times 10, so I guess x could be 10. What about 100? 0 times 100 is still 0, so 100 would work. What about a negative number? What about negative 5? 0 times negative 5, still negative 5 will work. Is there any number that you can think of that will not work? There's not. Every single answer from here to infinity is going to work. Now, instead of writing a list of answers, because that would be really monotonous, all we have to say is that there are infinitely many solutions. There are infinitely many solutions here. And the easiest place to spot it is right here. The left-hand side is exactly the same as the right-hand side. No matter what we plug in, it will always be true. Let's see that again on this second example. So once again, we got a left-hand side, we got a right-hand side, and as we work down the page, lining up our equal signs. We're going to follow order of operations again. Negative 2 times 7 is negative 14x. Negative 2 times negative 5 is plus 10. We just, following order of operations here and using the distributive property first in order to simplify the left-hand side, we're going to keep going. Negative 14 and positive 4 are like terms. We can combine them. Negative 14 plus 4 is negative 10x plus 10. So we've got our left-hand side completely tidied up. We're moving to the right-hand side. Again, we need to use the distributive property. So negative 3 times 4x is negative 12x. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus 2x plus 16. Again, combine the like terms. There's an x, there's an x. A negative 12x plus 2x is negative 10x. And a negative 6 and a positive 16 are plus 10. Now, we could keep going. We could keep going on this problem, and we would end up with 0x equals 0. But very honestly, we don't need to go any further at all, because we can see that the left-hand side and the right-hand side are exactly the same, exactly the same on both sides. So we don't need to go any further because we know that if the left-hand side is exactly the same as the right-hand side, there are infinitely many solutions.